G'day my fellows and welcome to the third and last episode of the Ultimate Minecraft Guide. Today I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about starting your survival world. I'm going to go quick yet in detail from joining into the world to just getting started with all the stuff that you're going to need. And yeah, I'm going to tell you how to get diamonds, how to get your first tools. I'm also going to talk about all the problems or circumstances that you might going to have. So if you enjoyed this video and if it helps you out, I would really appreciate if you would leave a like. And if you really love the video and don't want to miss any of my other videos, maybe consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that too. That is a great way to support me. Okay, but now let's get really right into the video. So the first thing, and arguably, that everyone wants to do if they spawn in their survival world is of course get wood. And now of course there are two types of worlds. The ones where you can instantly get wood and the ones where you don't. You can't get wood, for example, on an island in the middle of the ocean. For example, this one. On the Mushroom Island, those are pretty rare and there's no trees on that. We also don't have any wood in the desert. If you want to get wood here, you have to go for like dead bushes and just punch them down, and maybe there's a chance to get some sticks, but as you can see, it's quite likely that the desert is really small and there are some trees around it that you can just chop down. So I don't have really a tip for you how to get wood in the desert apart from punching dead bushes, but as you can see, it is quite easy to get out of the desert and get wood there. And also in biomes like Ice Spike biome or the Mesa biome, we also don't have any trees, but as you can see, those are pretty small biomes too, or you can just easily get out of them. And as you can see in like this case, we have a few trees right next to it and you should easily be able to get some wood. And now to cap the wood part of this video off, again to the island in the middle of the ocean, for example Mushroom Island. Maybe because a Mushroom Island is so rare, you don't want to start a new world, but still you want to get wood. So what I recommend trying to find is this one, a shipwreck. Those are quite rare, but if you find one, it is going to provide you with some starter wood, so just with the wood that you are going to need. And maybe with that even you can make yourself a boat, which is going to make the travel from the island that you spawned on to the next shore quite a lot faster, so you can just get going and get on with what you want to do in the world. With the wood that you have found, now make all of that into oak planks in your crafting menu. And now with that, you're going to make a crafting table like this, and 2 times sticks like this. If you don't know how any recipes work, or if you can't remember them, you have also a recipe book, and this is going to show you all the recipes that you have already achieved and that you can do. Now with the crafting bench that you now have, you can place that down and make a wooden pickaxe like this. Now with the wooden pickaxe, what you want to do is get some stone. So for that, just dig straight down. Because we're that high in the world, there's no lava beneath us, so it's okay to dig straight down. And now go ahead and mine about 14 stone. Now with all the stone that you've just gathered, you can make yourself now a stone pickaxe and a stone axe. And with the rest, you can make a furnace. You're going to need that later on too. So now you have upgraded your tools from wood to stone, and the next step is of course getting iron, but maybe at this point you already have quite a lot of hunger if you play on something that's peaceful. So this is the next step, how to get food. So again, for food we have some options. Again, we have easy ways to get food, we have more difficult ways to get food. Now let's start off with the more difficult or the more annoying ones. Again, we have the one with the island in the middle of the ocean. So as you can see, of course we have Mushroom Island right next to it, so this is quite useful. You have mushroom cows there, but there are no animals on here that you can kill. So what you want to go is go for a swim and maybe look for some fish or even kelp, because kelp can be cooked in the furnace to dried kelp, which is not a great food source, but it's pretty reliable. You can get a lot of it pretty easy. This is, I think, the best way to get food if you have no animals around you. What is even better than kelp, more reliable and just easier to get a lot of, is those sweet berries. You don't have to cook them in the furnace. So if you are lucky to spawn next to a tiger biome and you have sweet berries there, this is great because, as said, you can easily get a lot of them. They are all over the tiger biome and you can easily farm them. Just use the berries and plant them again and they will grow pretty fast and you can just get a lot of them really quick, and they're not that bad of a food source too. I think I don't have to tell you, but the most obvious way to get food is of course by killing animals, and that is why we have our stone axe. Of course, with that too, you gotta chop some more trees down before you go mining, because you're going to need some wood down there too. But as you can see, we have some cows right here, and you can one-hit them even with a stone axe. So if you normally hit them, they're going to run away, and it is really difficult to kill one of them, especially if you are not that comfortable with controlling the game. So how you can one-hit them is by using a critical hit. You can do that by jumping, and while you fall down, you gotta hit the cow with your axe, okay? Like this, and this is instantly going to kill the cow, so it is not going to be able to, run away like this. And now to the very best case how to get food is finding a village. As you can see, they have crops growing here. If you are lucky and, for example, not in a tiger village, you are going to find hay bales, and those are really one of the best food sources of all. You can easily get a bunch of them if you find a village, and one hay bale equals 3 bread, so you gotta chuck your hay bales into the crafting table, and this is going to give you wheat, and with wheat you can make bread, and bread is a great food source, especially for beginners. So if you are able to find a village, this is really the best case. Try to loot it as much as you can, and with that you should be ready to go for a big mining session. So your next goal now is to find a cave. What the most players do is just they build their dirt shack to protect them from monsters for the first night, and then dig straight down and do some strip and branch mining. But this is not quite efficient. Because you want to get a lot of iron, you should definitely go in a cave, because caves have a lot more iron than you would find with strip and branch mining. So as you can see, only in this little tunnel we have so much iron, and so what you want to do now, of course, is collect it with your stone pickaxe. On your way, collect as much coal as you can too for torches and smelting the iron. And with that, now you can make a iron armor, maybe a shield to protect you from skeletons. I really recommend that. And also all the tools that you are going to need. With your upgraded gear, you are now better armed to fight against monsters and to move around in the cave. Of course, caves have one downside, and this is that they are way more dangerous than just strip mining, because a lot of mobs have place to spawn in here. So while you go down a cave, grab some torches and go light it up. So of course, first that you can see everything, second that you can mark where you have been and where you didn't, and of course to prevent mobs from spawning if you want to go in the cave again. But now that you have all your iron stuff, the next step for you is going to get 5 diamonds. You want them for a diamond pickaxe, and the other 2 you want that for enchantment table. So what you want to do now is hit F3 and then just go down to Y11. Diamonds are most likely to spawn on Y11 and Y7, but better mine on Y11, because below, so from Y10, lava lakes can spawn underground, and you don't want to fall in those or mine in those. So what you want to do now is just branch mining. You can just go in a straight line, you can make those little holes, but yeah, just go mine so long till you find some diamonds. So maybe eventually you are going to hit diamonds like we have now, and now just going to mine them up to get all of your 5 diamonds to make a diamond pickaxe. Now that you have your diamond pickaxe, you have 2 options, and this is completely up to you. So you can just go back up again and try to get an enchanting table, so you can get fortune 3 and a lot more diamonds, or you can just keep mining with your diamond pickaxe now, because you have a stronger pickaxe. It's up to you, but I recommend just going up to the surface again and start working on your full enchantment table, so you can get fortune 3 on your diamond pickaxe. So back again on the surface now, there's 2 things you want to do. You want to get a way to get a lot of leather, for example a cow farm, and you want to get a way to get a lot of sugarcane, because you're going to need about 45 leather and 135 sugarcane, so you can make 15 bookshelves for your enchantment table, but that's later on. First I want to show you how to make a cow farm and a sugarcane farm. Those are not automatic, but just how to get the stuff you need. So first you want to grow some crops, or if you have already wheat, you can use that. So yeah, just plant some crops. Maybe if you have bone meal, you can make the progress a bit faster. And then with the wheat that you've just gathered, go and find some cows like those. You're going to need 2 of them, and then just lure them into a pit like we have over here. And now if you want to breed them, you just gotta feed 2 adult cows, each 1 piece of wheat, and then they're going to breed, and you're going to have baby cows. And if you are going to kill the cows later on, you're going to get leather and all the stuff that you need for your enchantment table. And for the sugarcane farm, you just gotta find some sugarcane, for example, next to a river or an ocean, and just gather that and plant it. And if it has grown a bit, you can just punch it down and replace it and just make your farm bigger and bigger. And if you think you have enough, you can just harvest all of them off, and then you're going to have enough sugar canes and enough leather to make 45 books. And with 45 books, you can make 15 bookshelves, and those you're going to need for your enchantment table. While you are doing this with making your farms bigger and bigger, you should go and look for some obsidian. Obsidian is most commonly underground, or you can just produce it yourself with pouring water over lava, and you can just take a diamond pickaxe and harvest the obsidian off. And if you have enough, you're going to need about 14. You're going to have enough to make a nether portal and a enchantment table. So because the progress of getting so much sugarcane, so much leather can take a lot of time, I would recommend going for either levels or maybe building a starter base. So you can do both of that, and if you want to go for levels first, then I would recommend going into the nether. So if you don't know, you're going to build a nether portal like this. You don't have to use furnaces, but I just have no other blocks right now. And yeah, if you build it in this shape, you're going to use the least amount of obsidian that you're going to need. So what you now want to do when you get into the nether is look for this quartz, because quartz, by mining this, is going to give you quite a lot of levels, and you're going to need about 30, probably even a bit more, yeah, to be able to enchant your pickaxe. Of course, there are other possibilities to get levels, for example with a mob grinder and stuff like that, but yeah, I think that quartz is a good starter method to go. So now that you have 30 levels and maybe have also those 15 bookshelves, you want to craft your enchantment table, and this is going to work with 4 obsidian. And if you have 4 obsidian, the 2 diamonds and 1 book, you should be able to also have the recipe in your crafting bench, and then just craft one and place it, and around it you're going to place those the bookshelves. You're going to need 6 wood planks for each of those, and yeah, now you're able to enchant. So now I'm going to give you a quick introduction how to enchant. There's a lot to it, but I'm going to cover the most necessary stuff. So you have those slots, okay? So here you can put in lapis lazuli. You're going to need a few of those. So if you were underground and haven't found some, you probably have to go underground and get some again. But if you have some, this is a great case, because now you can just chuck your tool in there, chuck some lapis in there, and then you have those options. So those are always different, and this one is going to show you on which level you're going to enchant. So if you're level 30 and you're going to enchant on the 3rd level, you're going to lose 3 levels, so you're going to be level 27. And the right number shows how many levels you're going to need. So for example, for efficiency 4 pickaxe, we are going to need 30 levels, and we're going to lose 3. And also for each level, we are going to use 1 lapis. So for a level 3 enchantment, you're going to lose 3 lapis lazuli. And talking about enchantments, we're going to go in particular for fortune 3 or fortune 2 and our diamond pickaxe. And for that, we're going to need a level 30 enchantment table. So this is why we have all of those bookshelves around. And yeah, now you want to get a lot of level and get your diamond pickaxe enchanted. But as you can see, we were not lucky this time. We have efficiency 4, so we want to cycle through the possibilities. So what we have to do with that is, yeah, put some other tool that you have in there and enchant it on the 1st level, so you're not going to lose a lot of levels. And then the enchantments are going to be cycled through on every other tool. So now we're going to have something different. Okay, so we have still efficiency 4, but it has cycled through. Those aren't the same as before this one. So yeah, you just want to do that a lot of times. Also make a grindstone, because you can put your tools in there and disenchant them, and you're going to gain some level back. So now I can just do it over and over. Always enchant on level 1 till you get, yeah, fortune 3. Okay, as you can see, it took a few tries. Maybe it's going to take a lot more tries in your case, or maybe you have it instantly. But now we finally have fortune 3, and this yeah, is going to be super useful. So if you don't know what Fortune 3 does, oh, and we also got efficiency 4, this is really good. So if you do not know what Fortune 3 does, if you for example have a diamond ore, mining it with a normal pickaxe is going to give you only 1 diamond, as you can see right here. But mining it with a Fortune 3 pickaxe, which is also the highest level of Fortune, makes it that you have a 25% chance of getting 1, 2, 3 or even 4 diamonds out of a single diamond ore. So if I mine that, as you can see, we got 2 diamonds out of there, and maybe out of this one, 2 or 1, I didn't remember what it was before that. So as you can see, you have a way higher chance to get a lot of diamonds, and I think everybody knows what to do now. And also with that, I'm going to end the video. You now want to go underground. Now I would go for full diamond armor, for full diamond gear. So yeah, just as said, go underground, grab as much diamonds as you can, go on Y11 as I told you, and go, yeah, strip mining, branch mining, whatever you want. And eventually you're going to have enough diamonds for a full diamond armor, for all the diamond tools, and then there is nothing that should hold you back from creating a great survival world. And yeah, I wanted to give you the best head start that you can have, and I hope I did that correctly. And if this video helps you out, or if you just want to support me, consider leaving a like, I would really appreciate that, and same goes for subscribing. So if you really love my videos and don't want to miss any of them, yeah, consider subscribing, I would really appreciate that. And with that, see you in the next video. Bye!